The Fly Fifer and Just Another Monkey podcast. Talk is cheap. Let's talk.
Good morning, shaggers and fandangos. Look who we're sat with today.
Finally.
Holy fuck. Finally we got Tam. Finally. Take it away, Tam. That's all yours.
A
Alright,
quick one
shaggers
from our
and
sponsors.
fandangos. Alright, shaggers and fandangos.
Who's Shagger? Who's Fandango?
For the purposes of this video, you can be shagger and you can be
He's a
fandango.
fandango. Oh, fucking Barry.
This
So,
has been
gentlemen,
a long time in the pot, isn't it?
Aye. We have spoke about coming to talk to you for months. However, we did go up and down on you. No, literally. Because we're like, what the fuck's Tam up this week?
That'd be me, Shagger.
Aye. What's he doing this week?
All right, Shagger.
Why is he having a go at that cunt? Why is he having a go at that cunt? Why is he having a go at that cunt? What's he doing now? You're a fucking mystery, Neva. And then at the same time, he's like, hey, for charity, we're going to do this and we're going to be really nice and we're going to fucking do it. And I, we've done our thing, we've did the skating thing and that. Tam.
You're a
Come on.
live fucking roller coaster.
People would probably say I'm bipolar then.
You get another label, get a balloon.
Oh, wait, where is it?
What do you want? A balloon? A badge? There's no labels here, Neva.
No labels here, Neva.
That's keep myself to myself now, eh?
Aye.
Just staying in the house, a house husband.
Do you know the one that got me the best was obviously when you had phoned and everything else? That was fucking brilliant, just getting to hear you without all the TikTok
Screaming and
stuff.
shouting.
Yeah, because when I watched you guys, when you originally done your ticking over thing, I was fucking fascinated again. I would only keep going on that side of it, because what you were doing, having 3 guys, 4 guys, it wouldn't really matter. You're all talking, you're talking about relevant things. The dynamics between the individuals is totally fucking different.
Yep.
But watching you and then seeing how you were, seeing how everything kind of crumbled, and then it went fucking totally haywire. It was brilliant, honestly. It was better than Car Crash. It was better than fucking Big Brother. But see them watching as it started to unfold, because obviously we know that one of your big fights in the octagon was with the man on toast.
Yeah.
See that? Everything that you said, it was kind of like a forewarning, and we're like, nah. Next minute, boom, he gets blocked, I get blocked, and what did we do? Don't know.
Done nothing.
It was maybe for association with you or whatever.
But that's what you. There's the words that are always flung about, but that's one of the traits of a narcissist, is it?
Exactly, but the one for me was that you saw through it before we did, because we didn't see that we had done anything wrong, but you said, no, this is what this guy is.
It's probably because when I was younger, my mum always said if you're truthful and you're speaking to somebody, you'll speak to them and you'll look at them in the eye, that'll look like that you are now.
That's it.
And when you're
me.
on social media and you're doing a video, you're looking at the camera and you're like, why is that guy constantly like this, constantly like that? And it's like a script. And real people can see real people.
That's it, exactly.
And fake people have got a mask that'll slip.
That's the whole point of the wee booklet for me was the wall. I'd put that up, and it was my wife that gave me the education. She says to Alan, you need to keep eye contact with people. You're fucking ignorant. You're rude. And you're like, how am I fucking rude? I knew what I was doing, and I played that narcissistic game, but I'm not doing it through, you're not getting to see me, you cunt. I'm getting it because I think that if you have got the right eyes that you obviously have, because you can keep eye contact with people, no bother at all, you'll see me. You'll see what's behind the wall.
You say words.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's that connection thing. And they are, I always knew, was the windies to the soul. If you can see my soul, it's only when I want to bare my soul do I want you fucking seeing it. So I'll shut you down by looking away all the time. Exactly. So, great that your ma gave you that fucking wisdom, because you've seen it. You're going to hit us with some fucking jobbies here. Is the camera
No, just keep going. I've just had to fix something.
Some lighter alterations?
Aye, we're on and off camera. It was just the plug. One plug gives a pulse and one gives a straight feed.
This is the one that we need, because as Tam's just identified, the eyes has to be there. You have to see it, because you'll see me, we'll see Tam, but see when I'm looking at Tam, I can't see you.
Yep.
The 20/20 vision works, but I can't see if you're going like that behind my back.
They're under the table.
The camera's gone like that behind all our backs.
I'm Shagger.
Aye.
It's brilliant. I love it. As
Top
soon as
Shagger.
he says it, I thought, top Shagger, right. I've got to show you what's the tatties today.
I'm having camera issues.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I can't control it.
Is it working?
No, it has stopped twice. And I tried to change things, but it's stopped twice. It's like it's getting a feed and no getting a feed, so give me a minute.
Technology.
Keep talking, because we'll keep recording.
We'll keep going. Yeah.
Keep talking.
I like the visual thing. We have the conversation.
It helps
all
you
the time.
connect, does it?
100%, because to me there's more that goes on than just we've got senses. We were born with fucking senses, so we can pick up. The women are great with theirs, with the female intuition. You're like, what about us? What about us?
Yep.
Fuck off. You did a DIY, cunt. Us women, we can breastfeed. You can't. Smashing. But we can pick up on the other senses that we have. So the visual, it has to match the hearing thing. So the ears and the eyes, they work for me. Again, body language is so fucking relevant, especially these crazy ass podcasts that have cameras that work.
Well, that's the only reason that I watch, because I didn't like Spotify. I like seeing people when I'm speaking to them.
I'm the
hearing
exact
them.
same. That
I
one.
was getting browbeaten for these fucking cameras. I used to be a truck driver.
That's terrible too.
No, I'm the same. The visual for me, it has to work. That one went up on Spotify. The first one that came out last night, you put it on, after a fucked up incident. I'm 60 minutes in. Like, I'm hitting the phone. Like, what the fuck's happening? My volume.
Did he do
volume?
that? Look at the camera's not working.
Sugar. But no, it disappeared. The sound went off.
Yep.
So technical hitches I didn't mind, but see when it comes to the visuals, when it's totally gone, because we've lost a few. What was the ones that we lost?
That's back.
We're back on.
We're back on. We're back on.
Back in the room.
Here. Right, sorry.
Just a quick word for our sponsors.
Can you remember what you said? If you want to reiterate
you
for
want
the
to
sake of
rewind?
the camera, it is back on and it is kind of back off again.
No, we're
We've
all
got
a
a
bit
power
visual.
problem. We have a power problem.
Have we sorted it? Resolved it?
Dundee electricity for you.
It's pulsing. The power's pulsing.
How's that?
And it's cutting the camera.
Maybe put it straight into the socket.
Straight in.
Change your angle, like. But
Maybe, do you know what it is? It's maybe that white thing.
could be.
Could be, that's why I
Yeah.
changed both of them, just to see. But
Oh, have you
swapped them
already
over
done
now
that?
and it's doing the same thing. So, that's roasting tea,
What do we plug?
Pulsing like fuck, and it keeps turning the camera. By the way, we stopped recording.
Can you not plug that straight into there? No.
No, unfortunately not.
Is that not what we used to do?
What? Aye, the sound's going straight to the camera.
The sound goes to the camera.
Aye,
But the power, it needs its same
But
power. source.
ultimately, we'll put this. I mean, will I stop this now and start again?
Probably
Or you want to keep
better.
going?
What do you
'Cause
think?
you've had a good chat.
You want me to get you another plug?
Nah, it's just spinning at everything.
Everything comes to Dundee and it buggers up.
Oh, fucking after a wee bit camera drama, we're back on, we're recording, and the boys have been fucking blithering for ages, and I was fanning about with the camera. Anyway,
So that was
carry
it.
on.
Thanks
Where
for
were you?
inviting
Thank
us,
you very
Tom.
much.
Let's-
Thanks for
That
coming.
was our time in
Catch you
Dundee.
again.
We're done. See you fucking later. Right, boys, sorry about that. Where did we get to? Where are we going? What were you talking about?
We were definitely on the parallel universe of visuals.
Yes.
We need to see the whites of the fucking eyeballs
Yes.
to know the shark is about to
Well,
munch.
aye. Well, it's on.
Tam
It's
agrees
recording.
with me.
Yeah.
Me and Tam are in that same boat.
Right.
It's just these old timers that are paddling along in a fucking lilo that's about to be bit by the shark.
Aye.
I just need to hear it, man, when I'm driving.
Aye.
Feel
If
free
you
to
watch
ask
it
me
when I'm
anything.
driving. It's only the police that say you're not allowed to watch it.
Aye. I get it.
What do they fucking know?
I get it. Come on. Give me a break.
Tinfoil hat.
Didn't for I was going to bring these, by the
Should
way.
have.
Aye,
Did
should
you
have
know me
fucking
one?
brought 'em.
No, with the prices of energy and food going up, I'm no way waste tinfoil.
But it might come in handy. You never
Yeah,
know. You
might
might need it for the
need it.
crack.
Might have helped me the connection of the camera. By the
Fuck
way.
yeah, we
Yeah,
connected
yeah.
us all.
It's a
I
lot.
watched a thing the other night there on Netflix. I don't know where I mentioned it, but it was Mike Myers, and it was all about conspiracies and all this thing. I can't remember what it's called. It was some cult thing, and they do this over their eye.
Right.
And I think there's 5 of them at the head of it, and they live in the top of this big fucking massive high rise in America.
Right.
There's the typical tinfoil hat man. He's fucking conspiracy this. His whole van's covered in stickers of Area 51 and all the rest of it. But then I close up the van, and the van is fully tinfoil. So there's a mainframe computer that is an eye inside the triangle. But what they uploaded was a guy's consciousness, and he's just an absolute cunt. So you'll be like, oh, nice tits and all this stuff. And they've got to go in because somebody's defected and they've put a bug into the system. But the only way to do it is to get into the mainframe and reboot it. So they've got to go in and jiggle about inside this room. And she says, you need your PPE. And she has him a tinfoil fucking hat. I see when I see that, I could just stop fucking laughing.
Brilliant.
But it's the intricacies of things that happen with, which is probably a good one for Tam, because I know that you do these things, and I've spotted the picture where your man's got the feather in it.
Yeah.
How far do you go doing that camel
You know
trail?
what? Before my big brother passed, I wasn't really interested in stuff like that. Like, people always say that. I had somebody in my family who was able to see spirits and stuff, but I was like, you're in the family, you're just telling me what I want to hear. My mum was the same, but when my house went on fire, and my mum always says that somebody was shaking the bottom of her bed, and if it wasn't for that shaking feeling, we would have burnt. So months and months after that, she went to a spiritualist, and the woman was like, oh, you recently had a fire. She said, something was shaking. Mum was like, yeah, my bed was shaking. She's like, that was your big brother getting you out of the house.
Wow.
And it wasn't until after that I was like, oh, maybe there is something in it. And then when my big brother passed, like that glass door there, every single night after that, you see like stuff floating past, and you still see it. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And my wife's like, it's nothing. And then it wasn't until after my mum passed. My mum was sleeping on that couch when she was staying here, and I'd walk past that door, and it'd be like I seen somebody on that couch. And then I'm getting a panic because I didn't ken this was at the start of my PTSD. Yeah. So I'd look at my wife for reassurance, and she's like, it's on your head, it's just total grief, and it'll pass. And this went on for about a year. Every time I was walking past that door or I was on that couch, it's like somebody was laying on top of us. And some lassie off of TikTok, I can't remember her name, message goes, I've got a reading for you. I was like, what? She said, I've got a reading for you. I was like, it's going to be a load of shit. I was like, how much money are you wanting? Oh, nothing, for free. I goes, it's a catch here. And she's like, oh no, she said, I've just got something for you. So we went through all the cards and that. I was like, I didn't understand one word you said there. She goes, right, I'll phone you. And she phoned us on the phone for an hour, and I was end up greeting her 30 minutes into it. And I was like, fuck. She goes, you walk past your door and you see your mum every day. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought, too much technology, maybe somebody's heard it, but I'm starting to believe it now. There's got to be something, because this is hell that we're living in. So there's got to be something else above this.
But see what you're saying about your mum lying on the couch, right? Now, I lost my old man, Boxing Day, 2015, ages ago, right? Now, that's his ring, I carry it with me everywhere. That's what keeps me connected to him. Now, I always think, as long as you're remembering your mum, I'm remembering my old man, I do things because he taught me. And do you think maybe that your memory of your mum lying there is in you?
Oh,
because that's part of you.
It's definitely. She was there for 6 months.
Aye, so she's there still because that's a memory you have. Yeah. So whenever you walk past that window, it's a fleeting return to that memory. Because I'm the same with my old man. As long as I remember him, he lives within me. So, and I go down that way all the time. And do you think that's maybe what it is?
Because my big brother passed. It was Christmas, and he was sleeping in my bed on my side. And then after that, for months after that, it was like a big massive weight. Right. And it was like somebody was pinging my feet and everything, and I'd jump. And my wife's like, it's on your head. And then I've got like my big brother's stuff in the room and that, and you see like stuff floating about. I was like, well, fuck, what the fuck's this? Get up, put the light on and everything. Put the light back off and it's there again. Wife's like, it's only because you've got your phone on. I'm like, no, it's because the light's on, I can't see it.
Right.
So see now with the acceptance of things like that, you're obviously, if you're still quite early in it, but you're seeing that, yep, there is a connection there. There has to be a connection. Yep. Doesn't matter. Now that we have the 20/20 vision, we can see beyond things that normally would have been brushed under the carpet, like your wife saying, oh, it's in your head, it's in your head. See with your PTSD, I've noticed in your TikToks, because the last ones are funny as fuck, since you've had that diagnosis, is that somebody saying, Tam, you're all right?
Yeah.
Because you now have the confirmation that there is something that's no right.
You're the second person this week to ask that.
Really?
Well, first was the therapist.
But the other one was, because I says to James on the way up, it's the one thing that I wanted to know personally. Everything else is just bonus stuff. But getting that recognition that allows you to, right, okay, thank fuck, it's no me, I'm no fucking Banshee. Or do you think that the change in you is the comfortability with what it is, or is there a medication? Do you think that's lifted you? Because personally, I would go for the first one. I wouldn't say it's I don't think you need medication, because if you're telling me now that you've saw things, you've questioned things, people are phoning you, telling you that it's just you like that. No, fuck you, no, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's in my head, I'm creating this all myself. And then somebody says to you, no, Tam, there's nothing wrong with you. And you think, well, if there's nothing wrong with me, then it must be fucking real. And then you become accepting it, and then you become Tam. No, the Angry Plumber, because that guy doing the last ones, he's no fucking angry. He's fucking
still the Angry Plumber. Like, anybody who knows me, and like my family and that, I'll tell you, I've always bitched, moaned, and I did go to anger management, but that anger management came from, I used to suffer from sexomnia, so it wasn't like you would sexually assault people or that. It was like I'd be sleeping with my wife, and the next minute I'd wake up and would be at it. And I went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, "Oh, it's okay. Next time he does this, Mrs. Foster, just throw a bucket of water over him." And I'm like, if I was thought it was dangerous to wake somebody up like that when they're sleeping.
That's only because you watched Step Brother.
And it transpired that said that I was aggression and it was anger. So I went to anger management, lasted one course, and come out and it was fine. And then after that, I was just kind of spiraled into everything else. And then again, it was meds,
So
constant
how
meds.
is it now then?
Now it's just Tam, I'm not angry.
The anger. Have you managed to?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Synthesize that back down to you can.
TikTok's helped me a lot there.
That's
with that,
what I mean.
Because
there's always a vice. There has to be a vice. Some people go drink, drugs, rock and roll, whatever it is. You found it.
And
via
it was the
this
therapist that
fucking-
said that, because I told her, because I used to do the videos on Facebook, and it would just be from my van because I was bored, and people would be like, "Oh, yeah, what you doing? You're fucking moaning and everything." I'm like, it's a vent for me.
That's it.
I said, so I didn't take it into the house because I seen it in my wife and my kids that I still, like last night, I snapped because she was repeating herself, and I was like, I fucking hate repeating, and I shouted. But the first time I was like that, I seen it in the kids and the wife that, well, kind of taking it back here. So I just remove myself from the situation. If I get like that, I go for a walk or I sit in the car and I'll do some TikToks. I'm away to do a rant. And my wife's like, "Oh, see you later. See you in
Of
an
course,
hour."
because it works for them as well. They benefit from
But
that.
since getting, like after my mum, I was kind of thinking I was going crazy. And there was points where I was like, "Oh, what's happening here?" Because I would sit at the bottom of the couch or the bottom of the bed and I just start crying and start getting angry. And it's like, you get like that, you start doing that. It's like you need to run or fight or fight,
That's
fight
it.
or fight.
That's it.
And the wife just, it's on your head and everything. So I was more or less, I was wanting her to kind of say that there is something wrong here. But it wasn't until I got a therapist that when they come away and they're saying, through your assessments, yeah, this is what you've got. And it was like, somebody just took something off, like a massive weight of relief. I was gone.
So it would make sense to you that the head is a pressure cooker. You've got to go and blow off fucking steam, which tells you you're normal because that's what everybody
Yeah,
does.
it's just an emotion,
finding
isn't it?
that vice. Yeah, it's a series of emotions that when they build up inside the head, you're fucking rubbing the legs and you're, oh.
Yeah.
There's a person I know and he does this and he stares into his hand. That's him saying, "Fucking get away from me." But can he tell you? That is that frustration. That's the kettle when it starts blowing. We have the gas kettle because, again, another weirdo thing, I'll drink mineral water. So I boil mineral water to drink in my tea because it defeats the purpose of a boiled tap water. It stinks of shite, so I'm not drinking it. I'll boil it, but you can't do it in an electric kettle. If you ever want a laugh, do it and just listen to it cracking and popping with all the minerals. It doesn't like it. Doesn't like electricity. Natural heat, boom, fire, whatever it is. It'll work, no bother at all. But see, when the wee kettle starts whistling, if it's early doors and everybody's still sleeping, I'm creeping about and I'm catching no bother. But see, other times I'll just go and shout. It's like the wee dog there. Just keep shouting, you daft cunt. You're not doing anything. You're not going to make me any worse because I didn't let it rattle me. Whereas you feel it building, building. I need to go. See, at some point you'll come round to that and think, do you know what? It's part of me, and hopefully. That getting that label, that wee badge that you can now put on your sleeve and say, "I'm Tam and I have something." So it's like me having a T-shirt that says, "I'm Alan. I do I have aces." And on the back it says, "But I don't give a fuck. So fuck off and stay away from me. I'll deal with it myself. I didn't need anybody else." That was the one for me.
I was like that when I was younger though. It's always just I would bottle everything up and then I'd go out because I'd done kickboxing or boxing. I would leave it till I got in there. But you should never go into a ring with anger. Because if you hurt somebody then... So I would just go in the street and fight, or I'd take it out in my mum's house, like smash her windows and just be and then I was an arsonist, so set fires.
Oh, fuck aye, whatever it is that
just a song for to release.
It's what they say, throwing petrol on the fire.
School just made things worse. Like that was no release for me.
My one that I have to... I don't think it's now. Again, something has shifted since we got locked down with the whole fucking macaroni virus, that I got to readjust everything and look at everything in a different manner. So everything, the doodles that I did, they're so symbolic to what I've been through myself. But see that poison that's in you, it's not yours. No. You were never born with it. It's not in your genetics. It's something that's been instilled. And why is it? Could be the regret, the cancer, all of these fucking horrible things that's out there.
I think he's at 10, it's guilty. I never regretted anything.
It's just guilt. Bag to carry. But my one is and again, it's becoming a broken fucking record now, but that 28-year lie, that stemmed, there was a small fucking window of maybe a couple of months, if it was a couple of months, where I'd found out my father wasn't my father, so there's a 21 years of absolute bullshit. Small window of clarity, think,
it's your identity, is it?
Well, it lets everyone settle. That's why they hated me. That's why he would fucking punch me in the face. This is why that is and that and that. I get that wee windy, and then I walk straight into a 28-year lie, but I'm not finding out it's a lie until 28 years down the line. So anybody that annoys me, so if I was to, because I remember saying to the drunk, I want to be a boxer. I just wanted to be a boxer. I wanted to join Sparta. Didn't he need the gloves? Didn't he need the boots? Just put me in my underpants. If I turned up for gym with no gym gear, get your pants on, silly cunt, and then you go. I was up for that. But see, now, I've got 49 fucking years of fucking venom inside me that I have to control. Society doesn't have to control it. I do. Because like you say, I didn't want my wife experiencing. I certainly didn't want my daughter's experience. So the wrong guy to push the button, that's why the pig farts thing, we have in the MOT, very trivial thing, Alan, you'll maybe get £100 fine, we'll pay for it. Wrong policeman stops me, you're getting the 49 fucking years clean in the face, because I don't see you, I see the target. And that's the hardest thing to manage in anybody sees. So for you to go through that whole process, knowing something's not right, and you get the right person that gives you the badge, there, Tam, there's the label. That makes fucking sense. Now I know why I'm the way
That's
I
how
am.
sometimes on TikTok, if I go too far, it's because somebody's triggered us. I've seen something and I've noticed something, or I've heard something and I'm like, it's just like, you could tell somebody's lying. It's just
that's his one.
For this.
It's got to be in it.
Yeah.
That one. Because he started
Fight,
putting the doodles up. So it just
they're amazing drawings. Like, see that
book?
book, me and the lassie Ali for TikTok, who done the Christmas appeal thing, her mum just gave us a story, and she was like, I really wish I could help her. I was like, I've got a book that will help her. And I think she actually messaged
Look
you.
at them all. There's
There's
fucking
a lot,
loads of them. If I'd known for 1 minute that Eric was interested, I could have just gave you, and you could have said, yeah.
I gave her that book, and it really helped her. And she was like, you want it back? I was like, I'll get it back when you're finished. She was like, I'm finished. I goes, you've only had that for a couple of days. I said, keep it, and I'll get it back from you. And she phoned up. She said, can I give it to my friend? I was like, as long as I get it back. So I'm picking it up next week. But it's helped so many people. Just even the pictures.
Because it's not a personal story. No. It's a journey, but it's a journey that everybody has today, because we do hide, and the quicker we admit it. And that's why I love the taking over things that you guys done. And you were part of that. You know what I mean? Now there's, I don't know what's happened with it now. It's by the way, but the initial concept, the idea is exactly what I was doing in the wee booklet. It's just talk. Stop hiding. Stop putting a fucking mask on.
That's kind of what that's what I was set up for, because initially me and James were talking about podcasts, and I was like, okay, well, I can't get to Edinburgh, I can't get to Glasgow or that. And I remember you saying, like, doing it through Skype, there's a delay, so you're constantly interrupting. Now you see the difference here, because, and I see the difference in your podcast, whereas that's what I was trying to get over and ticking over, but I felt like I was just coming to the point where I was going to get political. I was going to be purely coronavirus based, and it was suggestions were no going the way that I was planned it, because I said to them, like, guys, let's start this up and do this, and I wanted it to be equal. But I seen what happened. If it was,
we all got to see it.
I never went equal. It wasn't. It was. And then
it almost become managed. What we did,
and then there was
one fucked up the camera's just been
one particular episode for me, like, pushed me over the edge. I was late, and I said, I don't think you should be asking these type of questions to a lady, 3 guys on their own.
All right, yeah.
That's just the way I've been brought up. Like, if I go out, I've got, say, 10 guys. If I go out and one of them brings a girlfriend, and there's no other girls there, that makes me feel uncomfortable, because one, if that lassie gets so drunk that one of the 10 guys are thinking, oh, we could do something here, or the perception of it, because in society nowadays, no does mean no. But when somebody gets to a certain point of drunkenness, it's like, oh, I'm feeling uncomfortable here, because I've had friends, I've had relatives that have been falsely accused of stuff, so I'm always like that. And then when I seen that on there, I was like, don't bring that up. When there's
the difference between this here is it's 3 guys sitting around the same table. It's in your house, so you're comfortable here, even though you've got 2 potential strangers that you didn't know 100%, but you can see from my body language. See when you're sitting staring at that fucking thing. I didn't know what you're feeling. I have no idea, but I can sense it because again, if you're uncomfortable, you're not going to meet my eyes. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You're going to be standoffish, but where you're just sitting staring at nothing, potentially a screen.
It just goes to a point when if you're doing something and you're speaking, it's just general stuff. Yeah, if it's funny, it's fine. But if you're talking about, I don't know, the fucking SNP, for instance, there's so many podcasts that are talking about politics and stuff like that. Keep that. My mum's always said that football, religion, and something else in a pub should never be spoken.
It's a fire starter.
Yeah,
you start a fire. It has to. Everybody has a fucking opinion.
You see it on social media. Still, they say that there's no sectarianism or that. But as soon as you go on TikTok, it's like Celtic and Rangers, and it's
still rife everywhere.
Yeah, most of the videos are the ones that get the most traction. Like the video for this, I bet won't get much traction because there's no drama in it.
There's
you know what? That's the thing. So what?
Yeah, but
but if there's half a dozen folk that maybe watch it and think, oh, fucking, that was nice to see a bit of Tam. It was nice to hear what Tam's all about. Then fucking fine. I don't care.
That's what makes this genuine, though, because you could tell it's no. If you're going from one app to another app to another app and saying, as long as I could help one person in a day, and we're not here for numbers or we're not here for clout.
Fucking cliche thing that you can hear.
No, you're like that. Clout, narcissist, bullying, and jealousy.
It's the same thing words. That you go on about all the time, and it's brilliant that you do it because when you say that there's people that are they're clogging up the system by saying, oh, woe to me, I've got this. Of course you have. We all fucking have if you break it down. If you grew up in a fucking scheme and you've involved, if you've ever had a partner that ditched you, pumped your fucking best pal or whatever, your troubles are, when you go down the wee boxes, every one of the boxes could be the adverse childhood experience. You'll fill the wallpaper with it all.
You'd run out of wallpaper.
Exactly. Right next door. But it's the thing that you point in because everybody will do that whole, oh me, and they clog up the system. With the person that really has a problem, they're going to look at the queue and go, you know what, fuck it, I'm not going to bother. They'll go that way. And what's out there? The fucking bridge, the pills, the drink, whatever it is, and then they go. Whereas if it wasn't for the fakeries, so I get it every time. And when you do it, it re-emphasises to me that when I say, if one person gets something for the booklet, I know that I'm genuine. You can see, listen, this guy's not talking shit. Whereas I can watch you having a go doing the exact same thing as me. See the people that use it as a fucking badge, a label, a TikTok. Here's a lollipop. But that guy says it as well, we can all do it. But you're no sincere, you're no genuinely doing it. And that was the whole point of the job that I'm doing now. It's not to prove a point to any cunt. No. I genuinely do what to help people. And then the wee booklet, it's another one that we emphasise, is it never, there was a financial outlay, and James, he'd stepped in on that one. The concept, the idea, the bit of paper, it was already paid for. Who by me, the 52 years of bullshit? Do I want in for it? Fuck all. If I want anything, I want somebody else to pick it up and say,
get help from it.
It's got a point. I'm not going to carry this burden, this shite with me.
You can instantly
and I hope that's what I want to carry with the podcast is the cunt's got a point. They've got a point. He's got a point. I now see that guy's point, and you see what he's getting at, or his, you're up in Dundee, right? Now I get what Tam's on about. I get the reasons behind his rants. I get the reasons behind why he'll have a go at somebody and out them if you like. And I mean, I can't believe some of the things you've done because I met you both through TikTok. And I mean, you before Alan.
If you can't believe it, you should see my wife. Fucking hell.
She's sharp.
And some of the fucking things you were ranting about.
Nobody argues with Tam on Facebook, TikTok, social media. You went to take a day off.
And that's the beauty. It's real and it's true. And you've stayed true to yourself, which is really, really actually quite good. But
thank you.
There was a period where I was even down and I'm like, right, do I really know this guy? No, I've met him on TikTok. I'm playing my way to him. And you were talking about, I was trying to fix the camera, so I didn't catch what you said. The whole thing with the boy through in the West is just bizarre. Bizarre. But we were both thinking, oh, Tammy's all right. He's quite nice.
Tam's fucking lost it.
But you know what? You were on the fucking money. That's the scary thing. And I will admit it. You were right in me questioning what you were saying because I didn't get too far involved in it. I thought, no, sit back. You were actually right. And you were.
Not very often,
It's using that thing.
For what reasons you were right, I don't know.
No, it's just because when from growing up, I've been around them all my life.
Right.
And from going through what my mum went through and everything, there's like you could tell somebody who's genuine, who's no like you bringing out that book could have easily charged $5.99 for that book or something, but you chose not to. And that shows, and that is leaps and bounds, and that shows how genuine this podcast is, because you could have.
Well, do you know who paid for the book? See the folk coming to the disc, or coming to Meadowbank, or coming to wherever that pay £6 to skate.
Yep,
they paid for it.
Thank you, guys.
So helping them, helping us, it's just a big circle of help.
When I got that book, I was particularly feeling a wee bit more angry, like, because I was like, people were like, "Oh, it's coming up to Christmas. You're still grieving for your mum." I'm not grieving for my mum. I was just angry that I wasn't grieving. And then when I was seeing people, and I could tell who's controlling and who's no, because I've had that. I could notice somebody who's controlling, like that coercive control. Oh, I don't think we should do this, but maybe if we do that, somebody trying to manipulate into what they want. And I've had that all my life, so that's what I seen in that ticking over, and I was like, oh. And then that was my avenue to get that out. And I was just. If they were in Dundee, it would be different, because I would go and see them. Whereas I'm no way to drive an hour and a half just to tell somebody, "Fuck you, I'm leaving this."
Yeah. I mean, the way it played out was fine, because everybody got to see it. So everybody that has eyes to see would have seen.
I didn't wish them any harm or anything. Like, Sommy's a great guy. Craig's
everybody has a difference. It's just like you're saying, if you pull up the football, if you pull up the fucking the religions and all the rest.
That's the way that was going. It was going to go be about football, and I was the odd one out, because I don't mean this to sound bad, but I was the only one that didn't have an addiction or related to an addiction in that podcast, because obviously Craig was going through his things, and then Sommy had his things, but all amazing guys, like, they'd done what they'd done, but I was just like, I'm the odd one here. Even though I was in Dundee, I was the only one. I was like,
well, if you mind back to when you told me you were going to do it, I did say to you, I said, Tam, mind, that's 3 Ouijas and 1 Dundonian.
Yep.
How's it going to work? You know, I mean, I mind having that conversation with you, but I wish you well anyway. And to be honest, I thought it was quite good.
I'd love that. I thought it was great.
I did.
The concept. The
concept. Yeah.
It started off absolutely fantastic.
I hope they do get back on track and get back to the way that was meant to set, because it was. There's 3 guys doing what they do. And
the one for me, the one that runs through that, because the way that you've done it, and then when you get to look and use hindsight to look back over it. The empathy, because your frustration comes through wanting to do something for a reason, and it's no selfless. You're not looking for the clout. You're not looking for financial gain. You're not looking at people to pop on and fill their basket with other shite. You know what I mean?
No.
It's not for you, and you can tell that, and it has to be for somebody who is empathetic, because the sympathetic person is totally different from an empathetic. You can feel it. They can only resonate with it. They can see it and think, "Oh, that's a wee shame."
And do you know something else with the clout thing? And I've said this before in other podcasts. Who the fuck would want it? Who would want it? Do you know why? Because all I've seen is everybody with clout, as they say, or a lot of followers. Fuck all but problems.
Yep.
So why want it? Why have all these followers? Just stick, as you would say, stay in your lane, or somebody says stay in your fucking lane.
GS.
Right. So stay in your lane, do your thing, and then fucking, you know.
But there's one thing to be in your own lane and doing your own thing, but when you've got 3 other, do you know what I mean?
You're always going to cross paths.
The cars are it's like, fucking, I've got turbo boost this today.
If you've no reached that level, and that's, to me personally, the timing couldn't be better, because now that you have the diagnosis, whether the medication's working, that person, I would doubt it, because I think you've got a recognition in yourself that, thank fuck, because honestly, it's a broken record syndrome. But see, when he says to me, I think you've got brain damage, you would not believe the fucking relief. I was like, magic, get my slippers, I'm comfortable here now, because now I understand why I am the way that I am. Then they try and fucking take it back. I'm like, leave me a wee bit of that, and they give you a shitty label, just a badge. And you're like, I trust you, you never go, so I'm going to keep that. But it's that comfortability. So you're comfortable. The other person hasn't got there yet. They've no got that label. They've no had the breakthrough moment.
I've actually slept better since getting the diagnosis.
Of course, you
so I was like, and my wife's seen a better side.
Of course they will, but now it's you adjusting. It's adjustment.
I take this medication. So I was taking that quetiapine, but I accidentally during the week deleted everything off my phone, my mum's photos and Big Brother's photos, voice notes, and then I was just sitting there like, and then that no feeling anything. That's what angered me. It was like I hate to feel. I love to feel pain. I love to feel anger, jealousy. Even though it's a terrible emotion, it still proves we're human.
Human. That's it.
So I just the woman's like, oh, you have to wean yourself off. I was like, no, I don't do weaning.
No, it's either in or it's fucking out. Simple as
So
that.
I just stopped taking on me.
No.
But see that.
Perfect. That's even better.
See, losing that content on your phone, Tom. Do you not think you're relying on a device then to keep your mum alive?
I've got pictures and
Aye.
everything here, but it's just it's technology and just the ease of doing it now, is it?
It's
just
that addiction to the technology.
Addiction
We're
of
all
off your
addicted to a certain degree to our phones. But do you not think that then they're living in that thing that you're already addicted to, and then now you've accidentally deleted it, or you've got that.
Yeah.
So
Or did somebody reach over your shoulder and go, bang, get rid of that time.
Aye, it's time to go.
I'm in here.
Yeah.
No fucking in there.
Correct.
That's you putting your
And
life
see what
into
serves you
something else.
better is them being part of you and being you.
Yeah, oh no,
Because then
that.
you can reflect that person. You're not watching the person anymore. You're reflecting. My ma would have done this. My brother would have done that.
I used to do it all the time.
Tam shouts and fucking balls, but my ma would have done it that way. My brother, I'm going to fucking apply that and go on to the next bit. And by the way, the new TikToks are fucking hilarious.
Cheers for that.
Yeah,
Just
they're
got
good,
everybody-
they're
fucking
very-
hilarious.
Everybody's selling something on there. Right? They're only making like 1 pence or something. Selling their
But
soul.
that's it. Exactly.
Only
How
you
much
could
is
put it
worth?
that way that you've put it and be fucking spot on again.
But it's a boomerang.
It's the
because
boomerang,
you're boomeranging these people that are like, oh, that's fucking funny. He's having a go at you because
Aye.
you're selling shit. Stop trying to sell people something. You want to sell them something, sell them you yourself. What can you bring to the table? What are you going to bring? Can you come in and fucking decorate my house? Can you wash my car? Can you valet? Can you bake me a cake? Can you do this? Then he just picks something up. Look at what I've got here. I've got a phone. I stole it off the guy doing the shop. It's yours for 60 quid. Get in the basket. He does it better than me.
Far
But
better.
he's selling shite. And you're like, come on, fuck's sake.
And I was saying to him while you were in the toilet, there's a boy does it with motorbikes, and he's a Dundonian, but I think he's in Fife somewhere. And then here's this, it's £1,000 all day long. Take it a fucking war. And then he's on to the next one. And here's your one. Oh, fucking classic.
Everybody's
Brilliant.
after him. Everybody done like fucking hotcakes. But it's the same principle. He's selling you something. This isn't a new concept. This is his old new. Go down the barras. Roll up. 3 for 2 on fucking jeans. Jack jeans. No, come in. You get 3 for 2. £10. Can't go wrong. Everybody's selling something, but it's like he's saying, they're actually selling themselves. When you remove the facade, remove the object, it's you selling yourself. So there is another chapter.
There's a true fact that people buy for people.
Of course they do,
Aye,
because
that's
if I'm the guy that say I was selling hooses for say, and I'm selling your house, come along, buy this. This is fantastic. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, it's fucking magic. I can sell your house, no bother at all. I'm out the door. There's the clout. There's the cash. You've sold me that. You've sold me that. The house hasn't sold its fucking self. So the buyer comes in and is like, you bastards, you never told me about that. The fucking toilet's leaking, the sink's about to spoil, the fucking flare's wobbly.
I never fitted it.
That's a disclaimer, by the way.
But is it? They're endorsing it. That's how you get the celebrities.
That's
Like
exactly
Katie
it.
Price, she started selling stuff. Now she's getting sued because it were
of-
false and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like you say, you go right back, rewind it back. What are you selling? It's your fucking self. You're selling your soul because, again, the Windies will show. If I'm staring at you and you're selling me something that's already broken or it's stolen and you're like, you'll love it. You'll
fine,
love it.
mate.
Magic.
The flush is meant to be like that.
You go and now try and go to sleep at night.
Yeah.
You'll find yourself no
WD-40
sleep.
on the fucking
Fuck.
napper though.
I get like that as a tradesman. If I go and price a job and I do it and something's wrong, I go home and I'm like, oh, do this.
You need to go back.
Do that the next day. I'll go back and do that.
Again,
It's just guilt.
you're already doing it. It's the stress, it's the anxiety. Why the fuck would you invite that into your
Yep,
house? So
no.
if I'm selling shite, I know I'm selling
Yep.
shite, but it's the deal I've done. There's a wee man sitting there. What you after? I'm after a lot of money.
Half of them are just doing it for that blue badge. Though. It's terrible.
Is that
Social
what it is?
media
I
is
don't know.
coming to that.
That doesn't get me.
Because-
Again, you're doing a deal with somebody that owns a blue badge then.
What
Because
is the
that
blue
wee
badge?
man's-
What's the blue badge?
It's a
Authentic, verified.
verified,
What the
yeah.
fuck does that mean?
It means if you're a professional and you got on another platform,
Well, look, he feels real.
Aye, so
I'm
you're verified,
Tom's
Tom.
real.
Aye.
That's it. You
This
can have
is
a
all
blue
fucking
badge.
real.
but you can see it because when you start worrying about numbers and followers,
That's-
it shows in your content.
You could have pressed the button there. What you after, Nibar? A fucking badge. A blue badge. That's
blue
it
badge.
you're after.
I've got it on my car.
Do you know what I was after when we were coming to
That's
talk
all
to
that
Tam?
we
Was this? Because that's
Oh, yeah.
authentic for Tam.
That
And that had to be there.
that
That
wee
bit up
spot,
there.
is it?
That's a mark.
Aye, that verifies that he's real to me.
You need a blue check.
Because that's behind him all
Again,
the fucking time,
Show me
generally.
these peepers and
Yeah.
I'll fucking... No, I'll show you a liar. Didn't try and sell me shit. I'm not interested. I've grew up in Shit Creek. I know what it looks like. I know what it tastes like.
Let's
I know
fire
what
some
it
of your
smells
questions in then.
What questions?
Get some controversy.
What questions?
Again, whatever you want to
Have
ask.
a fucking rant. Have a rant. Go and have a rant if you want to have a fucking rant.
I don't
Go on.
think it
We're
ain't
just happy to come up here and meet
just
you.
meet
That's,
you,
we want
aye.
to see who's behind that screen. Who is Tam? Obviously, he's met you. I've never met you, and I know that you have a backstory that can help other people because you date all the time. This new guy, this new version of the angry man, he's a happy fucking man.
Aye, happy rants.
And if all
Maybe
that
change my name.
You need
Happy
to
rants
get a
is a good
fucking
one, ranty tanty happy rants.
the happy plumber.
Nah, I'll never be a happy plumber. Plumbers are no happy.
They're no happy. No.
Happy plumber,
No happy
useless
when they're no
sales.
up.
Getting covered in shite every day is no happy.
bloody hell.
And that's just me sleeping.
LB's deep.
Oh, fuck.
Pop.
Questions. Well,
I've asked my
got any
question,
question,
and I'm absolutely fucking delighted with the answer because the answer's sitting in front of me.
Aye.
Is the recognition of having that stamp, boom, there is something that's not right. You're happy now. Now, with the further you go, and you're going to realise there's not actually nothing wrong. It's the rest of the fuckers around about me
The
that are
only
wrong.
thing annoying now is people are like, oh, how come you're not like your normal self? I went to a wedding, they're like, oh, change of circumstances here. I was like, what do you mean? Oh, your wife's up there, you'd normally be up there. What's wrong with you? What's up? You know your old self. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, worst thing you can say to somebody with mental health is you're going to go back to your old self. I'm like,
And
fucking trying to
it's
get back
when
there.
you say to them, listen, do us a favour, show me your card. What card? Your card that says that you're a fucking psychologist, psychiatrist, you're any of the pissed people that's out there to verify who I am and how I'm different.
Aye.
How can I not just
And I bet
be
the only
fucking
thing you
me?
did wrong
I
was
evolve.
you weren't dancing on the tables. You
Weren't
weren't
entertaining.
You weren't being that car crash time. You know, you were just there.
I was just sort of chilling, enjoying myself.
Aye,
It's like,
aye.
because of my old self, because I was
It's
a
a
DJ.
narcissist, so
Yeah.
come on, Tam, do something. Make a fire, go and slate that cunt. He just called you a wanker,
So I was
by the way.
like,
Oh,
did
react.
you only like me when I was acting a cunt then? And when I was out taking ecstasy, taking coke, drinking a lot, fighting.
Car crash TV time.
Go to
You
parties
can
and...
watch. You can watch Big G, and no, obviously now that he's ditched that whole side, he now realises that a lot of the people that are watching him were watching what he poke him and push him off the pedestal. Now that he's no got anything to say, he's just living a normal life and doing his thing because he's realised they're like, oh fuck him. You see what I mean?
I've seen with him, but like once they couldn't get to him, they used these kids, and that is what's bad because it's these people who will say, "Oh, we're
narcissist,
positive,
we know what they
and
are."
we're no narcissists, we're no bullies, we're no jealous." Yeah, hold on a second, you've just went after some of these kids who. G was the reason that I got onto TikTok because I remember my Baron downloaded it and I went on. I was like, "What is this guy?" I was like, "Fuck, he's hilarious." And my wife was like, "Maybe put your videos on." I was like, "Nah, I need to watch him." And I put them on. I was like, "I'll fucking give him a follow." And then you seen it, people going after these kids. You're like, "That's fucking sick."
Horrible. And that's it. Now that he knows, again, Miss Sturgeon gave us the social bubble. It's what's important to you. Is any of the people that watch your videos, are they really genuinely
Yep.
hoping that
Most
Tam
people
gets help?
want you to fail, do they? It's like,
Of course
it's
they
only-
do. That's
only
why
genuine
that's why
people
you
want
watch
you to-
EastEnders.
Yep.
There's no point in Emmerdale just being about a family, right? What's for Tima? I was going to do stew tonight. No. What's for Tima? I don't know. I've just murdered your father. Help me dig a fucking hole. It's the only thing
It's
they're
car
watching.
crash
part.
TV all the
Get your
time.
head down, Doogie.
I struggle a bit now because I didn't watch it. I didn't even have it on. Didn't have
same
anything
here.
to do with
But you're
television.
not struggling. Trust me.
No,
you're
no, I'm
fucking
not struggling. I struggle with people that do watch it. And
It's
are,
Scooby-Doo.
aye, aye.
I watch Peaky Blinders and we're watching the new series and I've got that box that's chipped, but the subscription ran out and I was like, oh, right, I'll get Peaky Blinders on BBC. Within 10 minutes registering to watch it, I had an email, have you got a TV licence? And then 2 days later I got the letter through the door.
Through the door.
I'm like, I haven't even got BBC. I've not even watched it. I can't even get it because I've not got an antenna. So it doesn't come up the internet. I'm like, fuck it. No, I've got them chasing us. Fucking TV licence. Paying for pedos.
That's it. That's all you're doing. You're perpetuating a fucking big system that stinks of shit. It's fucking rubbish. It all needs knocked down. The whole systems need kicked to fuck. I think that's what's happening personally anyway. The whole thing. Every one of these political fucking idiots that's standing up now, they're putting their head up and people are just taking pot shots at them.
Yeah.
Oh, would they stay in away? Yeah. Can I go and see loved ones? No. If you've got a nice wine, cheese, bring it along. We're having a party. Like, oh, really? Well, you're that party? Yeah. Well, every cunt that's in that party, everybody that's behind the face, the hairy dog, move them out the way. There's you. Move it the way. There's you. No, pretty fucking, no, what is it? It's not Pretty Patel. I don't know his name. It's Mr. Grimsdale. Move him out the way and have a look at the cunt. His wife is minted. no paying the tax. And you're like, whoa, hang on, we're getting nailed to the flare. He can't even register without them being. Excuse me, have you paid? Have you paid?
He's bothered about to us how they got his wife's details, eh?
That's it. They're near and says, but they've got
They're
everything
registered for
belonging
a
to
TV
us.
and they've got my details.
All the DIY that I done in house, all the fucking wardrobes you get. Oh, cunt, I've got a few days off here. That's magic. No, you've no cunt. We were doing the podcast last week. 53 items turned up for that fucking Scandinavian bastards. If they hadn't got me to do their adverts, I'd have sent it back. Fuck, here we go. 2 days solid. Didn't stop. The next thing in the day, I didn't even get a break to go for a cost. And my wife says, I'll go get it for you, and brought it back just so I didn't get out of the house. Well, but yeah, she did. But see, after building it, they turned round the other night, come back in, and they've all came into the room, which is a strange one. And they're like, here. I was trying to watch a movie, and they're like, so I better turn that off, but too sweary and that. What's that? Opened it up with a wee box of chocolates and the new Bond movie. And I thought, oh, fucking brilliant. I've been wanting to see it, but it's when you look at it and you think, I'm not paying that to watch it. It'll come out at some point, and we're already paying for that shit. Watched it, and there's a fucking reason why that's release date was when it was, because it's all about everybody's information being downloaded, and it gets put into a serum so you can plug it to your DNA.
Yeah,
you can have it in you, they nothing to you. It's only when you meet him, boom, gets him and knocks him out the box.
Cleverly played.
Like, oh, there's a hidden file there, and it just starts rolling off all these people. Everybody's data is on there, your DNA, and you think, all right. So when I did spitting that wee thing on, what does it say? I don't know, there's 2 wee lines here. Stick that up your nose, ram up your arse, and send us that. All right, and you'll be able to tell me the difference. We're not interested in the difference, pal. We just want your fucking DNA file, cunt.
What I didn't get is the guys now who are stood at their doors clapping for the NHS are now moaning about an energy increase. Well, you weren't fucking moaning about the NHS getting a pay increase of 1%, but you're moaning about your energy, you hypocrites.
That's it, though. The hypocrisy is there, and it's been there for ages, and everybody is just taking their time to come round to actually see it, because now the poets are like, oh, you miserable bastards. Because the poll listener, I saw one, there was a guy, I told you about him, he done a TikTok, I don't know who the fuck it was. These things just pop up. I still didn't understand it at all. But he's got a 50 gram bag of tobacco. He's broke the seal, he's got the receipt for the co-op, like fucking 20 odd quid or something. And he's ripped it open, then he's fucking tore the seal and he set it up on the scales. Case in point, it's 32 gram.
Yep.
So now, because the Ricky Sunak man has said, oh no, that's how much it is, nobody in the shop can put the price up. They can do a bargain, take the price down. As in our friends that can sell things under counters and stuff. You want to buy that, mate? It's 30 quid. But I've got this one under here for 25. Oh, I'll have fucking some of that. It's a bargain. Right, okay. Well, the guy that's manufacturing it, sealing that wee bag, is putting 32 grams in it.
Taking 18 grams.
It's still the same fucking price because it's no 50 gram. You're paying for 50 gram, but you're only getting that. You do that 3 times, you're selling another 50 gram that's only 32. So they can't increase the price, but they can decrease the volume.
I wonder how much of that's happening, though.
Well, I done it yesterday, and you says that you done it as well. I went into the garage, and honestly, I put the thing in, and I'm staring at the thing, because it's the fucker that's wanting to go into my wallet. And then I'm pressing the trigger, it's about 16 pence, and then it went, that's the pumps kicking in.
Yep.
Well, what was the 16 pence?
Well, I had
the fuck have I just put in there?
Nothing in there.
I had the 99 quid thing with the van, because I've got the van for the work. And at 98, because I'm watching it, it stopped at 98, and it still went up to 99. So it was a pound of fresh air.
But the counter goes up. They're just
so never do that one. Never. If any of you are doing that, never fucking do that one.
Or use your chip and pin at the petrol pumps.
Oh, is that bad? Tell me. Come on.
Tesco tacked about 2 weeks to tack their money back. To give you your money back. They take you like a 40, 50 pounds.
So you've spent all your dough, and the next minute you're and you're in fucking...
I go with my wife, I'm like, where the fuck's all that money going? She's like, what? She's like, how many times you been at the fucking shop? I've only been there a couple of times for petrol, so like, we put 40 in, so that's 80. So on the Monday, it's like, that's fuck all in the bank. On the Tuesday, there's 120 in. Well, where the fuck the 120 quid come for it? Go down, it's Tesco. I'm like, how the fuck could they take your money, bankroll their company and say, oh, we'll give you it. It's only meant to come out and then go straight back in. But obviously the banks and their banks
takes
and
time.
Tesco, it takes time.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there fucking arguing with the wife, you're not going to that fucking shop, get that kid fucking cut. She's like, what are you on about? I'm like, you're fucking overspending. And that's because Tesco's in TSB.
So you get them all in at once. You're like, whoa, what the fuck's this? What's that? What's this? It's just what they're doing.
And then if you get hit at a double bank holiday, you're even worse.
Fucking hell.
Take about 2 weeks to come out.
That's it. But that's what I'm saying. You go and spend your dough, think, I've still got. I didn't get that much. Oh, let's go. Let's get a Chinese in there, darling. The next minute, boom, bank charges. What's that for?
Yep.
You never had the money in your account. Like,
That's because there was a guy the other day on TikTok who done a video and he was going on about people needing Klarna. Oh, you shouldn't be financing stuff on Klarna. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing
Seen
this.
that one, I think,
But
but I
this-
didn't get what the point was.
But this guy is well off. He's got a successful business and stuff.
Right.
But I says to him, I'll give you a parent's point of view. I say, if you got 3 kids needing £50 pair of trainers all in the same week, you got rent to pay. It goes, Klarna's a fucking godsend if you could keep it up. Is that people like you shouldn't be passing judgment on families when you've not got fucking kids.
Right.
He's like, oh,
End of story, yeah.
and then he's kind of, if you're a famous, or not famous, but if you're a big creator, you get your wee troll
crew.
lovers. I'll be like, oh, you're in it, you're a jealous person, you're a fucking bull. You're like, no, I'm just telling you, as a parent, if I could spread £150 over 2 months, 3 months, and still feed my parents, get electricity in the house, I'll fucking do it.
There's that guy, I don't know if it's the same guy, but he comes on and he's got a fucking accent. I fucked if I know where he's from. But he's shaved head. He's got a brother, and they talk really fast. They'll tell you everything. Like,
Is that not that Pingy Shapiro or something?
fuck knows, no idea. And I've no want. Again, it's like fucking knowing what Jimmy Savile does.
Yep.
I didn't need that information inside my head, and I didn't because the one that I saw was and I met this guy, and this guy was really fucking great, and he says to me, "You're fucking fantastic."
That's that Andrew Tate. He's fucking it all over it. Something like that. I didn't need some multi-millionaire telling me how to fucking make money.
No,
I put
because he's
600
going
grand.
to look at how much he's going to tell you.
Yep.
90, it's going up to 99 quid. So if you want to know how to do
You
it,
have
you're
to
like,
pay for
whoa,
it.
hang on. Evolution is I create
Yep.
the fucking wheel and I tell you how to do it. And next minute you invent the car and you tell him and you say, well, I'm going to make a caravan.
Yep.
That's evolution. We all fucking get on the same road and we all travel in the same
I've
direction.
always wanted to hear people's failings, so I didn't make it myself. Like I had a business mentor at Business Gateway, and the boy was like, "Oh, so I've built this casino, and if you do this, you do that." I'm like, "All right, but you've got money." And I'm starting off with nothing. You want to ken how to keep money. And you just kept going, but you maximise this and that. So what did you feel like? Oh, we're not on about failures. I was like,
That's
no, but I
it.
like to
Anyway,
ken failures.
you need to know the failure.
Yeah.
That's how because it's the one that I'm saying just now, and I love when certain things come up, and the one for me is everybody's looking for answers. They didn't realise they have the answer in them.
Yep.
It's the fucking question you're looking for. So you're selling tobacco. That guy over there, he bought it for Spain.
Yep.
What happened? He went through customs. Customs caught him because he hid it there. Right. Well, okay. I'll not be hiding it there. What about him? He actually, one of his pals, he stuck him into the police and he got done. I'll not be getting pals like that.
Yep.
And all the time, you're working back to the answer, which is you. You are the fucking answer because you take all the mistakes, and that's the questions. How do you do it? How do you know it? How did you get caught? How did you lose? How did you find out your wife was cheating on you? Get all the questions answered.
Yep.
Aye.
You are the answer. You become the walking answer because the questions are out there. It's not the answer that's out there. The answer's in you. The questions out there.
And 9 times out of 10, if somebody's backstabs you, it's somebody you can, is it? It's not the knife. It's
100%.
looking back and seeing what's done it.
Again, Miss Sturgeon,
Yep.
the social bubble. What's in your bubble is your wife and your kids. Can they still infiltrate you from the inside? Of course they can, but that's the trust that you put
Oh,
in
I'm getting
them.
sick of hearing this. Oh, we don't like the SNP, but we'll vote them because she's the bike to independence. I'm like, well, you better ride that fucking bike if we get independence because they're going to fuck the country for so many years until we get an election. It's like, I didn't want to ken. The only time you see them, I've got 4 mandates through the door for the SNP, Labour, and some Alba fucking thing. I've never seen any of them at my door. Right? Not one of them come here when I got this under medical grounds and said anything.
My thing with every one of them is they are not. I mean, Labour Party. It's for the working man. It's you've got a wee thing in front of that, mate. It's the SIR bit. You're a sir. 90 years of fucking sirs. We'd never been 90 by the realm or went to fucking eat another any estates. So didn't tell me you know what fucking Finder's crispy pancakes are or a free Bento's pie. You
Still
don't
mark
know.
him.
Yeah, I think so. That's posh nosh and pull, I tell you. Fuck
A sandwich.
that and tin fucking ties, you're on. But again, when you come in and your wee shitey freezer that's fucking overgrown with frost and you're looking in the back and there next to Sir Ronald Fiennes is a fish finger and you're like, oh, where's that for? Who gives a fuck? It's not even fish, but you're going to eat it and you're going to love it. Do these people actually go down there? And it's when you get them, yes, spend a week on benefits. Fuck off. We are the camera crew and the security. You're not doing nothing for me, pal.
Rich kids go skint.
See, if the guy next door says, I'm running for parliament, you're fucking getting my vote, buddy, because you know exactly how the shit smells.
Yep.
They don't. They didn't get to see it.
Good shared something the other day. Danny Dyer going on about it. He
Danny
went
says
on,
it. These eating boys, they're so, because to me, when you're there, you're devout to certain things that you know, you miss your old man, you miss your ma, I miss all these people. These people didn't have that bonding. They can't have that bonding because they're 5 days at boarding school, chummied up with their friends, doing whatever they want with pig skulls. I don't care. I don't choose to care. But if that's what you have to do to get in the gang, who's on the gang? Because all yous have done it. So I'm going to stand over there with my mates and sniff jobbies because I'm not wanting that, because that is shite, pal. You can't know what it's like on a Monday morning to get up for school with no money, no clean clothes, your fucking shoes have got holes in them, and it's pissing down with rain.
Cereal
They
with
didn't
water.
know what it is. So they can't feel the impact of a skull fucking slipper slider coming firing at the back of your nut because you're a little bastard. They didn't know that, so they can't get that feeling of empathy. It's devout to them. They cannot attain that.
I'm not allowed to do that now. Can't even chuck a slipper.
What does it do for you? It makes you, it creates and molds the person that you are. So the fucking lump in your head, that's part of me. What is it? It's a reminder not to backchat your fucking elders.
I know.
What have they got now? Oh, mind that time I got Forza 17 and my old man took it off me, prick, but I got him back. I pushed in his flask when he was got his work. You're not going to do anything to him. It's like the prison system itself. You're not getting dipped up with a scary big guy that's going to bum you. No chance, because Group 4 security will not let that happen. Why? Because we went to school and we've got a badge on our arm that says we can't hit you back. When you went in old school, you got punched up and down the place. You didn't want to go back.
No, well, that's it. Exactly, Fucking kids today didn't even fucking know.
Didn't you know they're alive?
Didn't know they're alive.
I was telling my kids.
I
was telling my kids the other day what my one was like when I was younger, because they were playing up. It's like, see you little shits. It's like, see if your grandma said she'd tell you what she used to do to me. What? Gran never used to hit you. Your gran was a sadistic little fucker. What do you mean, Dad? What do you mean? Is that fucking skulls? It's like, what? Is that skull slippers? What? Sliders? I'm like,
oh.
Sliders.
Imagine if they were sliders back in the day. She would have
be like, it's a game, Mum.
Laughing.
My brother was like that. Like, my mum was. She wasn't sadistic, but she was strict. And my big brother, he was wayward, and she used to hit you with the skull. And my big brother just turned around and goes, you're doing. And instead of hitting him, she'd hit me with it, because it hurt him more. It hurt me, And then there was one time I always remember, it was at Christmas, we were skint. Our living room was like this, but we had a doorway here with an arch. And we'd have a mattress there because it was freezing. So we're sitting down and laying on the mattress. And the next day, my mum's like, "Oh, is it that fucking chicken?" I'm like, "What do you mean, was it the chicken? That fucking chicken was for the night's tea. I fucking cooked that yesterday." Big brother sitting there, but it wasn't me. Mum picked up the ashtray. She's like, "You wee bastard." Fucking flung the ashtray. Big brother's like, I ducked him out. What? Fucking smart. And then I would sit there, my big brother's greeting. I'm like, "What are you greeting for?" "Oh, sorry, mate. I really didn't want anything like that to happen to you." I'm like, "All right, thank you, mate." Now I've got that scar.
Is that where it comes from? See, smoking kills.
that was back then for you. I was like Kitten was. I don't know if you've got any like really rough areas in Edinburgh and Dunfermline, but
one or two.
Kitten's the bowels of Dundee. Syria.
See, where we are, or where I grew up, I was born in Royston, and to me, the way I would explain it is that Dundee, the area that you're talking about, that's one. We would have right next door would be West Granton. Then there was Pelton. Then there was Muirhouse. Then there's Drylaw. Then there's Telford. There's Easter Drylaw. Then
and they're all
Wardyburn, Granton. They're all, every one of them is as volatile as that one place. But there's only a street that divides the fuckers. And again, the no man's land between them was like the wall, the Berlin Wall or the fucking Shankill Road and all these things. They were the same, because if you crossed that border and you got caught in alien territory, anything could happen. When I was younger, I was just that fucking much an idiot. I had a passport and I would go through them all. So I knew all the gangs we would date. They would be into taking motorbikes, they'd be into taking cars, they'd be into selling car parts. And you just, it's survival of the fittest. And it's a fit mind, it's not a fit body. You didn't go to the gym to learn this shit.
I was like that, even though I was from Kitton and I was a scheme jumper, but I was never in a gang or anything. And I remember when I was 15, when I got my first girlfriend. I was a late developer, there's Slaggers. And I got my first girlfriend, and she was from a posh area. Nice looking lassie and that when we were younger. But her mum and dad instantly thought, because he's from there, he's in a gang.
Stigmatised.
Went to the carnival and everything, and her mum and dad we were there for 7 years till I was 22. And then it wasn't to the end. Our mum and dad, she got pregnant, and I found out by my mum. My mum had wrote a letter, and it was always until maybe just before she was dying or something, we found this letter that told us that she was pregnant. And I thought our mum and dad just offered her money to split up with me because I just got out my time and I went to the Apprentice of the Year Awards, and she wouldn't come. She's like, oh no, I've got a work thing that night. And I found out that night our mum and dad had offered her money to split up with me. So I went home, picked up the TV that she bought us for Christmas and stuff, with a DVD player in it. Fucking went up, offered her dad a fight. I was like, you get out of this fucking house. You think I'm in a gang? I'll fucking show you I'm in a gang. So I had my nice new car and everything. I'm still in my suit for my award ceremony. He phones the police. Next time the police come, I'm swinging the TV by the lead. I'll fucking show you. Next thing the lead snaps, goes right through the fucking window.
Good shooting.
Police woman's like that. She goes, right, man, Mr. Foster, you coming with us? I got in the car. She goes, what's all that about? I said, fucking, what? Her mum offered them money to split up with me and everything. She goes, what? That's fucking ridiculous. She goes, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive you to the end of the road. My colleague will bring your car along and just go home. I was the first police officer that ever, and then to this day, every time I see her dad or that, I'm like, gang member, mate. I was like, you fucking snobby cunt. Everything you've got is on finance. Is that just because you live in a nice wee postcode doesn't mean you're any better?
Stand on to get to that postcode. So the same. We didn't get born into these fucking postcodes. You've got to earn that, and it's again, it's a narcissist. But you manipulate constantly.
And then the thing is too, like the lassie, obviously, I just thought we had to go through the stages, like, because we were together through school, get engaged, get a mortgage and stuff like that. She had a better time in my house, and we had nothing. And we would sit, like, I would decorate my walls, and it'd end up with graffiti on them because my mates were just right. And that was back when I was taking coke and ecstasy, so I'd go on nights out and weekends away. Yet, anytime she was at mine, my mum would be like, all right, looking after her, and her mum and dad were evil to her. They were sadistic, like, and they made her feel so bad when she come to my house. She was staying there most of the time, and mum would be like, you're like a daughter.
Part of the wallpaper,
and I think
she could be herself.
They used the gang as an excuse because they didn't like her daughter getting better love or better treatment elsewhere, face somebody in a scheme.
Can you admit that?
No.
That she's actually having a good time there. No, it doesn't happen like that.
Did you see did you catch what Tam said there? 14 to 21. It's a 7-year cycle.
Well, that's what I used to think. It was a 7-year bad luck, eh? So I was half expecting me and my wife to split up after 7 years, but we've been together, she says 15.
Right.
That's we're 15. We're 15 this year.
Brilliant.
And that'll be 25 years in total.
Yep.
Which is fascinating. Again, it's not that I didn't stick at things, you just know when something's right.
Yep.
And then, because I was married before, and that to me was a trial run. The 28-year lie was a trial run. Could I actually stay the course? Yes, I proved the point.
I'm like that with Nicola. Like Nicola's, if I wasn't for, Ken, people say it all the time, but if it wasn't for Nicola, like I probably either wouldn't be here, probably be in jail, or I probably would still be going about with the guys thinking that I'm a young end, getting on the coke, getting on the E's, out every weekend. Whereas she kind of, it was a rough start at the beginning because I was seeing her, I was seeing my other ex and my other ex, and I was sitting in hospital and I was just got out of surgery, and I didn't even realise I was there, so I woke me up. Open my eyes, next thing there's the three of them at the bottom of the bed. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What's happening? She was like, hey, fucking. My then girlfriend ex was like, what the fuck are you fucking saying? And the other end's wee short, wee big tits, trying to head people. I'm like, right, fucking stop this right now.
Put me back under.
I'm like, you're fucking embarrassing me into the hospital. Tag this outside, and I'll fucking see you when I get out. And the only
one after the other. Which one did you go first?
Yep, and my wife. and that was it. As soon as I got out, my wife's like that. She goes, we were running together. We were just seeing each other. So she said, this better fucking stop. And for the end, man, it's just been...
It's amazing, isn't it? That's mine. Mine was so simplistic. And again, the doodles, I can show you them. And you'll be like, oh, I get it 100%. There's me sat against a wall. And I've just gave up. This is fucking shite. Everything that's in front of me is absolute shite. But there's a crane lifting the wall, and behind it is this wee rose on a bridge, a wee bridge over the river, because she come down from Perth into what I would perceive and you would perceive as hell. Yeah, it was my fucking hell. There's no point in denying it. No, everything in hell is the same. So you've got the murderers, the rapists, the paedophiles.
They're all there.
What the fuck else would be in hell if that's not it? And it's a living hell. So I'm living in it. I've gave up. I'm ready to fucking check out because, Alan, you need to get a job. What for? To make money. But I know how to make money. See that guy selling hash over there? I can beat him at doing it. I'll do that then. All right then, just do that. So that, and then this is fucking boring. This is shit. What do I need the money for? I used to have a wee green box full of money. I had no want for money.
No.
It doesn't appeal to me at all. But I know guys that do want it.
Nah.
And they'll kick my fucking door and take that. They'll stab me for it. They'll do that. And you're like, do you know what? This is fucking
You don't think half the times it's being
horrible.
good at doing something? No, it's not the money. It's being
It's
good
just
at
being
doing
good at
something.
doing
But
something,
that's what I done. See, when I come out, when she showed me, when that wall lifted and the facade came away, and I realised, because the other one, and I will find it because it's the funniest one of them all.
That's quite unique. That it's no, the money means fuck all. And here's three guys that have come for fuck all.
Yep.
You would think we're striving
Wanting
for
money.
a goal, wanting money and everything. But no, we've probably had a wee touch of money before. Fuck all but
Didn't care
hassle.
what I do with it.
I end up fucking doing
Rubbish.
this way, I end up doing
Stinks.
that way, that harms myself. So we're not after money. But the work's
That one.
good.
You see the wee man, he's behind the wall. There he's hiding. There's even all the eyes in the wee castle. It's a fucking goldfish.
I love the
You
drawings.
need to give me
You're
that
in
now. I'll need to
for
show the
life.
camera now that you've fucking brought it up.
Oh, if it fucking works. But no, you're in for life. And
Yep.
that's where I was. I knew this was me. So the skanks, the hookers, the crazy women
Yep.
that want to fight with each other, that's all I knew. I didn't know
Yep.
anything else. And even though I had listened to the Foreigner song that I want to know what love is, I wouldn't have fucking seen it
No.
first to know what it was, because I didn't know what it was.
That's what I was. I thought I loved my ex, but I wasn't. That was just lust,
Again,
probably.
it's
eh?
that's that thing. It's you need to make the mistake in order
Yeah.
for you
Yeah.
to learn, and nobody's going, because you've got your parents to look at, and whether that was volatile, whether it was wrong, and you're trying to emulate. If you can see, nah, that's no,
Yep.
I want better than that. You'll go looking, and it's not until you find it. And if you've now got it, well, after 15 fucking years, you should have it,
Yep.
because you've never got. You now know you've not got 15 years to invest in some other
Somebody
big
else, no.
titted bird to find out that she's a crazy bastard.
Yep.
That her old man thinks you're a cunt. That you, do you know what I mean?
It's
It's
like
that whole
when I was with my ex, if we went out, we had to be hand in hand. We couldn't go different things. Whereas with my wife, we kind of
She's
Right,
like,
it's-
you walk behind me to her.
people were like. There was one time I was with my ex, and an old lady fell down the escalator, and I went like that, let go of her hand to go and help the woman. She was like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" I was like, helping the woman. She grabbed my hand back.
Really?
Whereas now, my wife Nicola, she's just
She'll trip you up.
completely different. She'll tip me up to go and help somebody, and like she's a complete. Her and my mum were a complete backbone of hospital. Like I'll take any pain or anything for me, but now that I'm well, she's starting to get no well. So I'm thinking, was the stress or worrying about me keeping her healthy?
That's it.
Yeah.
So now I'm
It's
getting
like the
stressed because
alcoholic.
she's not healthy.
The alcoholic, when he gives up a drink, he starts deteriorating because it's
Yeah.
the fucking drink and the drugs that's keeping
Keep
him
him
up.
going.
But it was back to what you had said, because what I learned in the schemes is what I applied when I went into
Yep.
the building world. And it's a fascinating thing, because it's, I tell my daughters the
Yep.
same thing. Once you get back to the basic foundation of what it is, so if
Yeah.
it's plumbing, there's a formula to that. To be a plumber,
Yep.
to being a good plumber. For a joiner, it's the same. As long as you know the foundation level and you know that there's a format to
Yep.
climb, it's just a ladder. And what did they all want to get? They want to climb the ladder. They didn't realise that the guy in front of them, you've actually stuck your head up their ass because they're trying to get up
Yep.
the steps as well. It's when you get up so far and you come back down, you go to another one.
Yep.
I could apply everything that I learnt in Shit Creek to the big
Yeah.
boys world, and found that the big boys world was fucking actually worse than Shit Creek. Because when you get there and the guy's sitting and he's smiling, so you've got to do this and you've got to do that, smashing, that's great. Fucking yes, I'm
Yeah.
going to rip him off. I could see that in the big boys. So laying a roof, they would dangle carrots. They were all about burying people. They did not give a flying fuck. And I'm saying to myself, but that's a genuine looking guy. You know, he's got a nice car, he's got a suit, he's got this, he's got wife, kids, and photograph on the desk and all the rest of it.
Aye.
When I see a housebreaker, I know not to let him in my fucking
Yep.
house, because I know if
What
he
is it?
steals my telly, I shouldn't be surprised, because
No,
that's
just let
what
him in,
he
eh?
does.
That's what he does.
See these white collar fuckers? They tell you nothing.
My mum's always said that it's better be a thief than a liar, because at least be a thief, you know where you stand.
You know where he's
Exactly.
done.
There is no change in them.
No.
A leopard might put on a jacket, it's still a leopard, it's still fucking
Yeah.
bite you.
And on
Snake's
that-
still a snake.
Gentlemen,
Oh, we're there.
We're there.
Look at that.
spot on every time. So I'm going to play us out with this, and we're going to sit in here, Blair.
Jingle, jingle.
Jingle, jingle. Yes.
That was a quick
We're warmed up now.
warmed up.
That's us warmed up for an hour. Wee bit of camera action, a wee bit of this.
We're
We're getting into the thick of it now. It's good. So glad we're doing this stuff.
Long overdue. Definitely.
Bring out some crackers for you.
Didn't go anywhere yet. Get that back on.
That's it. Here's the DJing, man. It's tipped. Was it tinnitus?
Over to you, Alan.
Ten of beans.
Tin of beans. Oh.
Like
And you?
shaggers and fandangos. Shagger,
I'm Shagger.
fandango.
Adios.